Raised in a family of drug addicts, drunks, and anything but healthy people. When I was about 24 years old, I was 260 pounds. I was heading toward an absolute disaster, having chronic injuries. And my sister, basically the person who raised me, the only one that I could ever confide in, got cancer. And I'm a spiritual man. I believe in God, and I believe that He gives you these gifts. And that was the first health scare I ever had as a 24-year-old young man. My 34-year-old sister has cancer. If I lost her, I had nothing left. How many of you have had an experience where you've had a real tough health scare or tragedy due to cancer or something terrible in your family? There was a message delivered to you swiftly from God Himself, right? Maybe you were here for that very reason. After my sister went into remission, we started Visalis not too long later, and I would hear stories about the fact I remember one I'll never forget when Pete Bunting shared with me how he lost his mother. And he'd tear up. I remember being sympathetic, but it didn't hit home until 1 year ago to the date. To this week, I saw my very mother, after she'd walking up a flight of stairs, having relapsed into alcoholism. And we don't know if she did it on purpose, if it truly was an accident. When they found her 12 hours later, she had been in a coma. They had to remove half of her brain. And I had hope. They asked me if I wanted to resuscitate. I said yes. She still lies in a vegetative state. When I go see her, I'll get her to open her eyes. Sometimes they'll dilate just so I can see that she knows it's me. She'll pucker her lips. It's the only movement I can get. I spend $1,000 a day to keep her alive against her wishes because the health system is so messed up that everyone out there wants to keep her alive but her and her family. But I don't care about the $1,000 a day. I would do anything to change this healthcare system. Most families can't afford to go through the tragedy that mine has gone through, and I'll tell you, like I said, I believe God works in mysterious ways because I wasn't living the healthiest life when she fell. And I started thinking differently about the years I have left because I have a son who's 3 years old that I love and adore. A few short months after my mother fell, I found out that he had some health challenges as well. And I had to make a decision. Am I going to lead my son, show him the right way? Am I going to invest in his health? Am I going to make sure that his disabilities are his abilities? Because there's no system that teaches a 3-year-old child how to overcome his special needs. And there's nothing like seeing my son he has a difficult time eating certain foods, and he has a difficult time eating certain textures, and we just want him to eat sometimes, and so we feed him whatever he'll take, and when he has a Nutri-Cookie, it's a blessing to see my son enjoying something that he loves. It's a blessing to know that this company has created products for families that meet their needs, that'll ship their health, so that they can serve together, so they can live together, so they can be free together. My family has been bound for mother made by this terrible healthcare system that we are forced to live in today. But my son will not be bound by that system because I, as his father, won't let it happen. And I hope you, as the fathers and mothers, as the brothers and the sisters, as the nurturers of this community, will not let your friends and your neighbors and your community members suffer the same poor decision making and the same health consequences that we have seen time and time again, because you would become aware here this weekend that there is a better way. And that way is by solace.